You always bring me down whenever you're around. You drag me to the ground. Up since yesterday, thinking of different ways to say you're a fake, you're a fraud, you're a fool, and you know it's true. Late for work,
and Joe's shirt is once again off the cuff. Welcome back. Oh my God. Welcome back, everybody. I know it's been a couple of weeks since I've been on the air with you guys. Nothing terrible happened, you know. I always have to explain to you guys, nothing crazy would happen. I wasn't hospitalized, you know, wasn't on a bender, you know, nothing like that. It's just my new schedule is kicking my ass. It's been a long time since I've worked full time, almost 3 years, you know, up until, you know, recently I've been working part-time. Before that, I was collecting, unemployment, you know, and so it's been almost 3 years since I worked full-time, and it is kicking my ass. Seriously, full-time work sucks. I don't know how we do it, man. It's killer. And, you know, and I don't have a whole lot I can really complain about, you know. It's not like my job is so stressful, it's so intensive, it's so this. No, it's a very nice job. You know, I work at a dog rescue, you know. I take care of the dogs, you know, all day long, you know. But it's 8 hours a day, you know. So and my day starts early because the dogs, they need to poopy. So my day starts early. I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning every fucking day. That gives me just enough time to get up, shower, wake my brain up, have some breakfast, walk my dog, and interact with my girlfriend for a few minutes before I drive to work. And that's 2 hours that I use, so I can drive a mile away. Okay? I only work a mile away from where I live. And it's kicking my ass. You know, so I don't, I'm not even going to make believe that, you know, I have the hardest job in the world, but I just know that, you know, just hours wise, you know, it is kicking my ass, you know. And then I found that, because, and they let me pick my own hours, you know. I start work at 7, I work till 3. 8 hours, boom, right there. Set, right? I picked them. And that's Monday through Friday. I don't have to work weekends if I don't feel like it, you know? So, with all that, when I come home at 3 o'clock, I need a nap. So like finding the energy to do anything else is kind of difficult. Okay, it's doing the show here. This takes some time, some preparation, some energy. I know it's called off the cuff, but I do in fact do a little prep work for this. You know, so it's brutal. Anyway. Before we get into too many stories about, you know, the world around us, let's do some personal stuff. Actually, last week, my girlfriend's best friend called us. She called us on Thursday and told her that she saw this great comedian on cable, and he was performing at the Ice House in Pasadena, and wanted to know if we wanted to join her and her husband, who is a very talented photographer, and watch this comedian perform, right? And my girlfriend asked me, "Hey, do you want to go see this great comedy that Ella and Albert saw on cable?" And my immediate answer was like, "Fuck no." Look, not that I don't want to hang out with Ella and Albert. I love Ella and Albert, but I was a stand-up comic for over 15 fucking years. And the last thing I want to do is go spend money to watch the motherfuckers when I've seen some of the greatest comics in the world for free. and of course I say, yeah, sure, why not? And well, who's the comic? And she goes, it's Maz Jobrani. I'm like, Maz Jobrani? I know Maz Jobrani. Okay, I used to perform with Maz Jobrani. We used to share the same stage. He's introduced me to audiences. I've introduced him to audiences. Okay, and I've seen this guy literally hundreds of times, performed with him hundreds of times. Fuck no, I don't want to pay good money to go see fucking Maz Jobrani. So we went to go see Maz Jobrani. Of course we went to go see Maz Jobrani. Do not get me wrong. Maz is one of the funniest guys you're ever going to see. Very personable, very likable. And he's different because he's Iranian. Okay, or Iranian. Persian is another term that he likes to use for himself. But he is, he was born in Tehran, Iran, was raised here in the United States, and he's not on any no-flies list that I know of. But he's really, really funny, and he talks a lot about, being Persian, being Iranian, dealing with, stuff like, the airport and people's perceptions of him. He talks a lot about his family, because last time I saw him, Maz had just gotten engaged. It's a very beautiful woman. I forget her name right now, but I did get a chance to meet her. A gorgeous woman. And now he's got 2 kids, a little boy, a little girl, and I'm so happy for him. But you have to understand that. Could you imagine paying money to see one of your friends do something? Something you've seen them do 100 fucking times. Could you imagine paying somebody money to see a friend of yours do something? The tickets aren't exactly cheap. I had to shell out, let's see, between the tickets, the 2-drink minimum per person, that's me and my girlfriend, dinner and parking, that was $150 fucking dollars. To see a guy I know. That's okay, though. I'm going to get him back, though. I'm going to invite him over for dinner, him and his wife, and I'm going to charge a cover charge and charge him per drink when he's here. Son of a bitch. But it was a really, really great show. It's based on his cable special. It's called I Come in Peace by Maz Jobrani. Really funny stuff. Please check it out. And we had a good time, because I know the mind of a comedian. The show started at, I think, 8:30. At 8 o'clock, I knew exactly where he was going to be. The club is huge, okay? But I knew exactly where he was going to be. Comedians like to act as if they're very casual and don't care. And what they do is they hang out in front of the club to see the crowd and make sure the crowd sees them. And that's where he was. And I went out there and I talked to him. And he remembered me, which is really sweet of him. And I got the VIP treatment from him. I was able to get my girlfriend and her friends into the green room before the show to meet up with him. Do a little meet and greet, little chit chat. They offered us part of their vegetable plate, which nobody ever eats in the green room. Nobody touches the vegetable plate. But and it was a great show, and we had a good time. And then afterwards, he gave me a free T-shirt. He did. He really did. But it was such a fantastic show. He's really evolved as a comedian, and I just wanted to give just a shout out and much love to Maz Jobrani. Please, buy his DVD, buy his CD, download it legally, illegally. I don't care. Watch it on cable. Like I said, it's Maz Jobrani. I Come in Peace. Oh my God. So much going on. I think I want to start off a little bit here with something that's been in the news, a big a big deal lately is the Hobby Lobby case, which was recently decided on by the Supreme Court, wherein they decided that Hobby Lobby and other corporations, for that matter, are not required to provide certain types of birth control to female employees if they believe that they go against their religious beliefs. It's weird because Hobby Lobby, there's like 20 forms of birth control on the list that is provided for through Obamacare. And there were 4 of them that Hobby Lobby objected to because in their eyes, they were all forms of abortion. Where, as they say, killing of a human life. They have no problems with condoms and, and no problems with the pill, but, any type of birth control that prevents the fetus from attaching itself into the uterine wall, they feel is a form of abortion and thus, against their religious beliefs. Now, the Supreme Court decided to agree with them by a vote of 5-4. All 5 of the voting for Hobby Lobby were, in fact, men. Actually, I don't even know whether or not they were all men. There's 3 women on the Supreme Court, and who knows how they voted, but I'm willing to guess they were all dudes. And I honestly do believe that this becomes a very slippery slope right here, because what they're doing is they're treating a corporation, as if it was a person, and a person has rights. A person has religious rights, they have sexual rights, they have procreation rights, they have the right to be happy. A person has rights, and when you assign a corporation the status of a person, you are in effect letting a corporation dictate to its employees what is and what isn't acceptable behavior. Okay, a lot of people will tell you that, well, it's only you shouldn't have to make people pay for something that goes against their religious beliefs. I'm like, well, then don't go into business. You know what I mean? Just don't do it. You have to deal with other people of other religions, and in some cases, no religion whatsoever. You want to conduct business, you got to be ready to deal with people that don't agree with what you believe in. And it's a slippery slope because, think about it here. Right now they're saying that, okay, it's against our religion to, provide these forms of birth control to people because we feel that it's murder, it's an abortion, it's killing a human life. But you know what? What if somebody says, well, you know what? It's against my religion to hire, Jews, or it's against my religion to hire women, because it's religiously offensive to me to interact with a woman in my job, because according to my religion, it makes me less of a man. I know that sounds ridiculous. I know it does. I know a lot of you think, Joe, you're going overboard here. But no, think about it. It's against my religion, to hire blacks. It's against my religion to hire homosexuals. It's against my religion to hire lesbians. You think that it won't go that way, but it can really easily. Once the Supreme Court starts deciding what the law is, which is their job, whether or not something's constitutional, you got to look at the after effects of those decisions. And a lot of these decisions are based on people that are not necessarily in touch with the American ideal. With the American thought process. They're not really in touch with Americans, basically. And I'm going to be getting into that in just a little bit. But before I do, let's do celebrity birthdays, all right? If your birthday is today, July 16th, you share birthdays with Will Farrell, who's 47 years old. Corey Feldman is 43. NBAer Zach Randolph is 33. Michael Flatley, the Lord of the Dance, is 56. Poker great Phil Hellmuth is 50 years old, and Rain Pryor, daughter of Richard Pryor, is 45. I've always felt bad for Rain because she got Richard's looks, but none of his talent. In any case, it's time for a break. Today's music is brought to you by All the Right Moves. You heard their first song, You Always Bring Me Down, and here is Hurricane. I'm Joe the Shirt. I'm off the cuff. I will be right back.
I'm as lonely as the blind man who has lost his sense of sound. I'm as desperate as the poor man who finds his dinner on the ground. I'm as broken as the picture frame that you threw into the floor. I'm as reckless as a hurricane, and girl, I can't take it anymore. No. I'm as empty as the beer can that I drink to pass the time.
And Joe the Shirt is off the cuff. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for letting me take that quick break there. Little tidbit for you guys. Something happened to me personally, very recently. I am now 43 years old. I'm going to turn 44 in September. So for all of you out there listening that have had sex with me, you had sex with a middle-aged man. Anyway. But because I am middle-aged, I've gotten to the point in my life where I say I'm very comfortable with myself. I don't give a shit of what people think of me. You know, it's like if I'm blocked up for a couple of days, I don't care how hot the chick behind the counter is over at the drugstore. I'm getting a triple pack of enemas and fiber and just go, yeah, put these on my cart. All right. But recently I decided that anti-fatigue compression socks might be a good idea. So, I went out and I got myself anti-fatigue compression socks, miracle socks actually. And what I think is hysterical is that they come with instructions. Nothing to do with how long to wear them or anything like that, but actually just how to put them on. Directions. Number 1, insert hand into sock. Pinch heel and partially pull sock inside out. See figure 1. Place sock over toes. See figure 2. Then pull sock up to heel in a line so heel fits comfortably. Leg section of sock should still appear inside out. 3. Slowly pull up leg section of sock until it sits just above your calf. See figure 3. Adjust around calf until comfortable. Repeat steps 1 through 3 on opposite foot. Not only do they have instructions for putting on socks, they let you know that you need to repeat this on the other foot. Okay, so I was talking about the Hobby Lobby case and how they've decided, the Supreme Court's decided that, you know, it's okay for companies to decide what types of birth control they're willing to pay for their employees who they give medical coverage to. And my opinion is that, you know, this is a slippery slope that can lead to a lot of real damage, a lot of how can I put this? It just opens the door to make the case that because of my religious beliefs, I can pretty much do whatever I want to the people that I employ. You know, I mean, was it Chick-fil-A was big in the news a couple of years ago when it was discovered that, you know, they donated a lot of money to certain charities that were deemed by homosexuals as being anti-homosexual. I defended Chick-fil-A on this one not because I'm against homosexuals. I love the homosexuals, but you know, this is a family-owned business, and they donate money to these charities. At no point did they ever discriminate against homosexuals. Okay? They hired homosexuals. Homosexuals were welcomed in their restaurant. When homosexuals were protesting in front of their restaurants, it was the middle of the summer and it was really hot as shit. They went out and gave them free water and lemonade. So there was nothing wrong with Chick-fil-A. But there's something wrong with Hobby Lobby where they get to decide which forms of birth control, they're willing to pay for. And this falls on the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court, I think, is probably the second most I think it is the most damaged system in United States government. Okay, when you have the judiciary, you have the executive, and you have, damn it, what's the other one called? The one where they decide all the elections and shit. Anyway, but it is probably the most damaged from its inception, because Supreme Court justices don't have term limits. Okay, they don't have re-elections. They are appointed by the president. And they get to stay there until they feel like fucking retiring. All right? So basically, we are deciding the morals and ethics and laws in this country based on what a bunch of old people have to think. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't a lot of wise old people. There are. But let's take a look at this. Supreme Court Justice, Head Justice, John G. Roberts is 55 years old. Antonin Scalia is 78. Anthony M. Kennedy, 78. Clarence Thomas, 66. Ruth Bader Ginsburg is 81 years old. Stephen G. Breyer, 76. Samuel Anthony Alito Jr., 64. Sonia Sotomayor, 60. Elena Kagan, 54. Median age for the Supreme Court is 68 years old. Now, I'm going to put it to you. When was the last time you gave anybody that was 68 years old any credit for anything? When did you actually believe that they had something important to say to you? And I'm not talking about just, your relatives, like your uncle, your aunt, your grandmother, your mom, or your dad, but just run into your average 68-year-old person on the street, and odds are I don't want to fucking listen to anything they have to say. And I don't care how educated these people are, how sharp their minds are. They're 68 years old. They are basing modern-day decisions on the morals and ethics that they were brought up with 50 fucking years ago. All right? So that's unacceptable to me. They were all, average median age is 68, which means that the median adult age was 18, So for 50 years ago, we are letting people decide what is right for people's bodies, what is right for people's ethics and morals and laws in this country based on what people thought 50 fucking years ago. Now, when you're talking about term limits, I believe in term limits and I believe in elections. I don't think that Supreme Court justice should be appointed for life. I don't have a problem with them being appointed by the president. What I'm saying, though, is I think it should be okay for us to have a system wherein we can replace the Supreme Court justice. Actually, let me change that. I don't think the Supreme Court justice should be picked by the president. Actually, that's what I'm going to do right now. That's what I'm saying now, because when the president, when he appoints a justice, he's appointing a justice based on the idea that this justice will agree with his point of view, that the justice will vote his way. All right, so by definition, it's biased. Okay? Don't think for a fucking second that, Barack Obama appointed any Supreme Court justices and decided, well, this guy will be fair and even-handed, and he won't just, vote for me because I picked him. Pfft, bullshit. Actually, I don't even know if Barack Obama has appointed any justices. But you think back, to all the other presidents. You think back to George Bush. You think back to Bill Clinton. You think back to Ronald Reagan. These guys, these guys were appointing justices that would support their point of view. All right, so I don't think the system works. I think it's an incredibly flawed system. I think the system that is slowing this country down. We are 50 years behind the curve in this country when it comes to how we decide to do things. Morally, ethically, legally. We are 50 years behind the fucking times, okay? I mean, there's a reason that the civil rights didn't really come to head until 1966. Okay, even though slavery had been abolished over 100 years before that. All right, so catch up, man. I mean, you have term limits, for if you want to be a senator, you can be elected as many times as you want, but it's 6 years. Every 6 years, you got to get your job back. House representatives, unlimited. You can run as many times as you want, but every 2 years, you got to try to get your job back. President, you're limited to 4 years per term, 2 terms maximum. Now, and for me, this is the second most flawed part of our government. Every time we elect a president, we elect him, the majority of the people voted, for him, that did vote, and they decided, hey, this is the guy we want, this is the guy we believe that can lead our country, okay? But then we give him 4 years to not fuck up. And then if he doesn't fuck up too much, we elect him for 4 more. But what this does, this 4 years is an incredibly short amount of time to run a country with 330 million people, okay? Very short amount of time. I mean, how is any president really, seriously expected to do anything in 4 years? Okay, you run for president, you get elected, and you get into the job, and first thing what you do the first year is learn your job as president. You have to learn your job. You don't know what the president does all day long, do you? No, neither did he until he got the fucking job. And so that's the first year. The second and third year, that's when he's trying to push out policies that will help the country. And of course, they'll be fought by tooth and nail by the opposing sides, which means that very little will get done. And then the fourth year, he's trying to get his job back. He's looking to get reelected, so he's basically doing nothing for the country other than try to get his job back. And then the same thing pretty much happens if he does get reelected, second term. Okay, I got my job back. Okay, the first year now, basically all those people that pissed me off in my first term, I'm going to kick their ass. So it's a little biased right there. The second and third year, he's trying to do like all the things he can that they promised on. He's trying to get it together. Then the fourth year, also known as the lame duck period, wherein the president really doesn't do anything other than promote his party's candidacy for the next president. Okay, he doesn't really do anything other than that, and also give out pardons like they were candy during Halloween. So I think that the president should be elected for 6 years. I think that Supreme Court justices should. Okay, I'm going to change my opinion again. I think it's okay to let the president appoint a Supreme Court justice. I think there should be a limit to how long a justice can serve. I don't know. For me, 5 years. The average Supreme Court justice serves for 12 fucking years. Which means that for 12 years, you are stuck with somebody whose mental ideology is 50 years older than yours. In any case, I think it's time for a break. Here's a little more music from All the Right Moves. This is their song, Point of View. I'm Joe the Shirt. I'm off the cuff, and I'll be right back. Joe the Shirt is still off the cuff. Welcome back. That was Point of View by All the Right Moves. I'm trying to decide whether or not I like this group. I'm not sure yet. I'm really not. Okay, before I get on with my rest of the show here, let's talk a little bit about some other people that I know that I want to promote a little bit. I want to promote Spot, Saving Spot at Spot over on La Cienega Boulevard here in Los Angeles, California. Great organization is the organization that I work for. I help to take care of the doggies there and get dogs adopted, make sure that they still stay healthy. And you know what? They could use your help, guys. And I mean any type of help. You don't have to just go in there and adopt a dog. Like, that's the only thing you can do. You can go in there. You can donate. You can donate money, which is always great because that helps to pay me. But you can also donate your time. You can donate your time. You can tell people. You can go in there and talk to my boss. My boss, Fabby. Love Fabby. Talk to my boss, Lizzie. Love Lizzie. And tell them, hey, I'd like to donate my time here. I'd like to be able to help you walk your dogs, to keep them healthy. I'd like to, take a bit of the burden off of you guys, so that, so we can help and we can promote, the dogs and their welfare. And you can just go in there and talk to these guys. I mean, these are nice people. These are good people, and they're all looking to help take care of dogs. The vast majority of people that are working at Spot have actually adopted dogs from Spot. Okay? So, these are people that really care, and they could use your help, be it monetary or just your time and your care, your affection. They can use it, the dogs can use it, so please, go ahead and donate there, okay? Also, I want to promote my sister's business, my sister Jessica, Diaper Cakes by Jessica. She, I know it's not as nasty as it sounds, okay? She makes these incredible displays that look like a cake. But it just check it out on Facebook. You'll see Diaper Cakes by Jessica, okay? And you'll see that she puts these things together, and there's diapers, and there's towelettes, and there's toys, and there's blankets, and it's all arranged to look like a cake. Okay, so if you want to, so if you're throwing like a baby shower, something like that, you get one of these, and if you call her, you contact her, you let her know, I want one of these, and you tell her that you heard it from me, she'll probably give you a discount. I mean, I won't bet on it too much because my sister Jessica can be a bit of a bitch, but but it's good stuff. No, I'm kidding. No, she's a sweetheart, and no, she's a bitch, and and I love her dearly. But it's a great business. It's a great product. So check it out. And like I said, if you know someone that's having a baby, you can't go wrong. And finally, on the people that I want to mention in today's show, I want to mention PhD Bees. PhD Bees is they make honey. Well, they don't make honey. The bees make honey. PhDBs, they collect the honey, and then jar it and sell it to us. But it's done by my friends Chris and Fauna Sharp. They live in Missouri, and they wrote recently. They posted recently on Facebook about how it was found that over 80% of the honey you find in supermarkets don't really have honey in them. Okay, so, because to make honey you need pollen. To make pollen you need bees, and it was found that over 80% of alleged honey in jars in your local supermarket didn't actually have honey. I don't know what the fuck it was made with. But I do know that Fauna and Chris of PhDBs make real honey. They're real beekeepers. They have actual bees that they keep and help to produce the pollen and the honey and produce honey. They sell raw honey to the public, and you can go on their website PhDBs and check out what it is that they got. I'm going to buy some honey. I mean, sure, some people might think that maybe Chris and Fauna would send me some honey, hint, hint, wink, wink, but I'm not here. I'm not here for the honey kickbacks. Okay, I'm here to promote my friends. So check that out, because like I said, they are promoting bee development. Okay, because I got to tell you, a lot of you may not know this, but when the bee population has dropped by over 20% in the last couple of decades, and a lot of you are thinking, when the bees die out, most of everything else on the planet goes with them. So just keep that in mind, please. And I got all heavy with Chris and Fauna on PhDBs. I don't know. It's time for my newest and most favorite segment, The Wisdom of Rappers, or Rappers' Wisdom, wherein I take some lyrics from a famous rap song, read it, and then explain to you its deeper inner meanings. Today's song comes from the group Salt and Pepper and Spinderella, and their song "What a Man, What a Man, What a Man, What a Mighty Good Man." And this I actually take this part of the song I take here. I think it's actually done by Peppa of Salt and Pepper. I decided to go with Peppa because she's thick and I like that. Anyway, this is what she has to say. Hold on. Let me get comfortable here. A little swig of my beer. My man is smooth like Barry and his voice got bass. A body like Arnold with a Denzel face. He's smart like a doctor with a real good rep. And when he comes home, he's relaxed with pep. He's always got a gift for me every time I see him. A lot of snot-nosed ex-flames couldn't be him. He's never ran a corny line once to me yet, so I give him stuff that he'll never forget. He keeps me on cloud 9, just like the temps. He's not a fake wannabe trying to be a pimp. He dresses like a dapper Don, but even in jeans, he's a God-sent original, the man of my dreams. Deep. Just the wisdom of rappers. Honestly, I don't know how we survived in this country without rappers. I swear. Okay, let's examine this a little bit. Now, this is what I love about these lyrics is the fact that it's sung by women, and these lyrics are completely sexist. Okay, they're sexist. They objectify men. And they also reinforce the idea that women do shit for money. Okay, let's take a look at it. My man is smooth like Barry, and he's got He says his voice got bass. Okay, that means that to me that says women respect men that have a good game with them. Right? They're smooth like Barry, and he's got bass. His voice got bass. That means that he's got authority. That means that when the man says "bitch bend over," bitch is bending over. Okay. You got to be able to say that. When a man talks to a woman and it's about sex, he's got to have enough bass in his voice. He's got enough attitude in his voice to make her do the shit that he wants her to do. Okay, you can't, like Chris Rock said, you can't go, hey, excuse me, pardon me, but would you mind sucking my balls? No, you can't do that. You just got to go, bitch, suck my balls. Okay, he's got a body like Arnold with a Denzel face. Okay. Now here, Pep is showing that she is racially open, to men. A body like Arnold. She could have picked any other big muscular dude, but she realized that at the time that this song was done, Arnold Schwarzenegger was like, Mr. Universe, okay? Or he was starring in movies. He was the body. So I like her openness here. But he has a Denzel face. Now, Denzel's a good-looking fucking man. I don't care what anybody says, all right? Denzel Washington is a good-looking fucking man, all right? But it also shows here that, that women can be superficial. A great body with a great face. Okay, you know what? It's not like she's saying, he's got a body like Heavy D and a face like Flavor Flav, okay? Nobody wants that. Smart like a doctor with a real good rep. That's easy enough. This is my favorite line here. He's always got a gift for me every time I see him. Every time? Every time. Seriously. He's always got a gift for you every time you see him. You are one materialistic bitch. I mean, seriously, I'm not saying you're a gold digger. You ain't messing with no broke nigga. Okay, that's what that says here to me. I mean, you know what? I know as a man out there, you are with your woman, you love your woman, you care for her, you adore her, you would do anything for her. But I know you don't fucking bring a present for her every time you see her, especially if you live with a fucking bitch. Okay, you're not doing it. Oh, you may do something nice for her every day. Maybe you made her her morning coffee. Maybe you made her breakfast. Maybe you picked up the dry cleaning, earlier in the week when she said she was going to do it, but you did it for her. Maybe you picked up the milk that she likes. Because she doesn't like the milk that you like because it tastes icky. But you did it. But you don't need to buy the bitch a fucking present every time you see her. Let's see. Here's another one. So I give him stuff that he'll never forget. Okay, ladies, that's pussy. Pussy. Blowjobs, pussy, ass, hand jobs, maybe dance naked for him every once in a while. You got to give the man what he needs, okay? Because I've always said, if you're not fucking your man, somebody else is. And guys, that works the other way around, okay? If you go into a dry spell, you start to experience that, I'm not fucking my woman. Is somebody else fucking my woman? You should think about that. Okay. That is the wisdom of rappers, or the rapper's wisdom. I don't know how you want to look at it. Oh my God. How does the show go by so fast? Once again, I want a big shout out to Maz Jobrani. His DVD, I Come in Peace. Diaper Cakes by Jessica, my little sister. Check him out. You know what? You can't go wrong. Saving Spot at Spot on La Cienega Boulevard. Come by. We're open 7 days a week. And donate time, money, buy something, adopt a dog, whatever. And of course, PhDBs in the great state of Missouri, run by my friends Fauna and Chris Sharp. real beekeepers making real honey, and they might send me some someday. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there that we're supposed to be close here. Maybe I can get some honey around this motherfucker. I'll send you a T-shirt. You send me honey, I'll send you a T-shirt. Anyway, that is my time. Thank you for listening. And this is the last of the All the Right Moves songs. This is The Monster I've Become. I'm Joe the Shirt. I'm off the cuff. I'll talk to you next time.